So my number 5 for this year is Silent Hill Downpour, and this game was released to much criticism as well, and mixed reviews, and I'm one of the few people on the internet who actually viewed this game to actually be a really good Silent Hill experience. Even people within our own community completely disagree with me against the original Silent Hill such and everything, and people can't say that I haven't played the original Silent Hills, because I did play the very first Silent Hill before I played anything else, and I do know what Silent Hill was like before and everything, and I think it's fantastic. And while I don't think this one directly lives sees eye to eye with the classic Silent Hills, I still think this is a fantastic addition to the series. The storyline was very good. I very much like the story basis of your character being a prison convict in this unknown town trying to figure out what's going on, and the story just kept me going, and was really good. The music was fantastic. Really set the mood and got me into that state of unknown and horror and everything, and I just really enjoyed this experience. I was always on the edge of my seat, ready for something to jump out or something to get me, but even though it never happened most of the time, this game did really well to get me into that sense of horror and that sense of nothing is what it seems and everything, and the entire Silent Hill experience that I've come to learn and everything, and I really enjoyed it. And I definitely recommend that if you're a Silent Hill fan, at least give this game a try, whether it's renting it or something, or borrowing it from a friend. Some people absolutely hated this game, I said, much criticism, but I viewed this as a great addition to the series, and I really hope that this particular developer keeps developing more Silent Hill games, because they did a very strong job in my opinion, and I look forward to seeing more to come. So number 4 on my list for the year is Sleeping Dogs, and the reason I put this game on my list was when I got into this game, I rented it, and I was kind of skeptical. I didn't exactly know how well this game was going to work out and everything, and I was honestly very surprised with how well this game turned out, in my opinion. I felt like the city was very alive when you were driving through the streets and everything. You really felt like you were part of the city and everything, being an undercover cop, and the mechanics that this game offered were something you hadn't quite seen before, because the story follows Wei Shen, who is a undercover cop who's trying to break into the Triad to bring it down. And what's so cool about it is that one of the things that you have to keep an eye on is you have to build up a face meter to build intimidation in the eyes of your enemies. And what's cool is that you're building up a face meter in your gang style, but you're also building up a face meter as well in your cop style. While you are doing undercover missions and everything as being a gangster, basically, you still have to be aware of what you're doing, because you are a cop. For example, if you're driving through the streets and everything and you start breaking stuff, your meter and your level ups as a cop starts going down, and you won't get rewarded nearly as much based on how much destruction you do. The combat of the game felt fantastic. It really reminded me of Rocksteady Studios with Batman, the Batman Arkham series. That's how the combat felt. I loved the fact that you could do it to where you could grapple enemies and just use environment attacks against them, whether it's throwing them into a trash can or throwing them into an electrical box and shocking them to death. And it felt really good. The only thing I didn't like about the combat was that you would get combat upgrades when you would find certain shrines, if I'm not mistaken, and you would turn them in and learn different combat moves. And while some of the combat moves you did learn and use, some of them kind of drifted away. You never really remembered them unless you were really paying attention. And you didn't really need them to continue on, and it didn't feel really necessary. I wish there would have been a little more work into making use of those different maneuvers that you learned. That would have been really good. The story was pretty good. It was about as laid out as you would expect an undercover cop story to be. It's always kind of the same, but I still enjoyed it a lot. I really enjoyed kind of being in the gangster world and everything like that of Hong Kong, and such like that. And I really did enjoy this game. I enjoyed this game so much where I rented the game on Redbox for a week, and so I spent $15 in renting it, and I would have bought it, but then I was on the Steam winter sale, and the game was $16. So I liked the game so much that I went back and I bought it. And it was really worth it. I definitely recommend that if you haven't given this game a try, just take a look at it, because I mean, the world is very lively, it's very well. The car driving and everything is very solid. I love the combat and everything. There were some things I would have changed. The music was very fitting. the story was great and everything. Overall, this game was really good. The stuff I would have liked seeing a little more. I thought there was going to be more use of guns in the game than really was. This game really focused more along the lines of the hand-to-hand combat, more than the gun style. But when there was guns, it was really good. And there were some things that were just over the top that I didn't think were absolutely necessary. Like, for example, when you're doing car chases, you could have it to where you would jump on top of your car and then jump to another car in order to actually hijack them, which is kind of ridiculous. But overall, I really enjoyed this game, and I definitely recommend that if you haven't taken a look at it, just give it a look and see what it's like. You know, I didn't know what to expect with Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance on the 3DS. I went into it kind of skeptical because most of the handheld games for the Kingdom Hearts series have been subpar for me, in my opinion, and I was honestly very shocked to see how well Dream Drop Distance did. Honestly, I played multiple games in the handheld genre of Kingdom Hearts, and they never really lived up to the expectations I had for them. But Dream Drop Distance was one of the few games that really showed me that Kingdom Hearts is still what it used to be, and that it's going to be going in on the right path. I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. Back in the day, I played both games on the PlayStation 2, and I still love playing the games to this day. And I honestly want to replay them, and I've been looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3 for so many years, along with a lot of other fans. And seeing Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance come out on the 3DS, I was really skeptical, but I'm like, you know, I really want to give this game a try. And honestly, I was incredibly surprised. The story was very well laid out and everything, even though it was confusing in multiple parts, but then again, I accepted that because that's Kingdom Hearts. The story is very confusing at times. It really laid out what is to come with Kingdom Hearts and how it's prepping for Kingdom Hearts 3, and even the developers themselves said that aside from this HD remake that's coming out, the next game that they are coming in the series is going to be Kingdom Hearts 3, which made me that much more excited. Honestly, what was awesome about it that really kept me going was the combat in the game. So many times in the past on handheld games, the combat was not up to par with how it was on the console, but to me this game on the 3DS felt so close to like the console games back on the PlayStation 2. It was ridiculous. I absolutely loved it. The story was fantastic, a little confusing in a lot of parts, but then again, that's the Kingdom Hearts story. But what I loved was you went back and forth between playing Sora and Riku, and in not spoiling anything, but this game had more emphasis on Riku saving the day in the end and like getting stuff finished up and everything, and I was so for it. It was so much fun. You saw so much of like Sora saving the day and playing through all the events of Kingdom Hearts, and you never saw much of Riku aside from the fact that like he was going back and forth between like the Heartless and everything like that. It was really ridiculous. But playing as Riku and like playing out the story and the way that it was just really incredible. I absolutely loved this game. I would have not expected to put this in my top 10, let alone my top 5 of the year. But this is my number 3 because this just brought me back to the old memories of playing Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 2 with my brother and a bunch of friends, and we had so much fun back in the day, and I had so much fun in this. Like, I put over 20 hours into this game, and I want to play through it again, and I definitely recommend if someone has a 3DS and they are a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, give this game a try, because this really lives up back to how it was back in the day on the PlayStation 2, and you will get so much more excited and more anticipated for Kingdom Hearts 3. You know, something I've come to realize over the past 2 years of gaming is that games have really started to touch on much of a more emotional level than they have before. This year in particular, multiple games have touched people on an emotional level and like actually create an emotional response to characters within the game, and Walking Dead is a very prime example of that. The moment you wake up inside the police car and everything after crashing and like not knowing exactly what happened, you just immediately get kind of thrust into the game, and you get like really into the story, and like the moment you meet Clementine and everything, you kind of like already build that emotional response to her and everything, like where you feel responsible for her safety. And like this game, like a lot of people like criticize this game for the fact that like it didn't exactly feel like a game because you weren't controlling everything, you were controlling the events or the outcomes of like decisions you made. But honestly, like in my opinion, that's entirely okay. Like for example, like Heavy Rain I played earlier this year, and I absolutely loved that game, and I started playing The Walking Dead, and this game actually creates an emotional response with me. I mean, anytime someone dies or something unexpected happens, I feel somewhat responsible sometimes with these actions and everything like that that I took towards that, and I absolutely love how fantastic of an emotional response and a character development and a story that this game has to offer for players to play. And I definitely recommend, if you haven't given this game a try, definitely give it a try. Even though it didn't win my Game of the Year, it won many people's Game of the Year, including like the Video Game Awards and such like that, and rightfully so. This game is so fantastic. I mean, like I said, even though you don't control it into the depth that people had always wanted, you still control the events and how everything turns out and everything, and it's fantastic. I just love where video games are going to, where they're bringing out an emotional response and an emotional setting inside the player. I mean, never did we imagine that something like that was going to happen, and it works really well. And I honestly love all this, and I can't wait to see what's to come with emotional responses in games like that. And it's just so amazing. To me, the biggest shock I didn't see coming in this year of gaming was Journey for the PlayStation 3. That game company just does a fantastic job with all of the games that it's created. Journey is really, it's not just a game, it's a fantastic experience. Even though the game is like only a couple hours long, I honestly say it's honestly been like some of the best 2 hours of gaming I've had in years. Words can't even describe how good this game is. The art style is so fantastic that this art style will live up for many years to come. It will still look fantastic. The music by Austin Wintory is just so amazing that like it's won multiple Grammys and everything like that, and it's just so amazing because you're just immediately thrust into this desert. You don't know where you are or what you're doing out there, but like you just see one mountain and you know that like you have to reach the top of that mountain somehow, some way. And like what's so awesome, this game doesn't tell you where to go, what to do, or anything like that. It just shows you the mountain and then you just know. It doesn't even say go to the top of the mountain. You just know you have to get there. It's just so good because you get further into the game and like you even get a companion that's gonna help you alongside your journey to the top of this mountain, whatever may come and everything like that. And what's so amazing is that like if you play this online, this person isn't like, this companion isn't just an NPC. This is an actual player who's playing on his own PlayStation 3, and you two are sharing in this experience, in this journey, and you can't even contact each other. You can't voice chat, you can't text chat or anything. All you can do is to communicate with them is just by motion and by like a small chirping noise you make. That's it. And yet you build like a response and like a connection with this person that you've never met before and you never talked to and you probably never will. And like when someone gets lost or someone gets hurt or anything like that, at any point in this game, you feel like that part of you just got hurt and everything like that. Like part of you just got lost, and you feel responsible for this person. I'm sure that they feel the same way about you sometimes too. This game is just so fantastic. Like this was something I never saw coming. I mean, I even had it to where I had one of my friends play it, and I just said, I want to show you this. Sit down and beat this game. Just play it. And I didn't tell him anything about it. And he beat the game within 2 hours, and he only played half the game. He didn't even play it from start to end. He played from halfway to the end. And I said, alright, what'd you think of the game? He says, that was probably the best gaming experience I've ever had in my life. It's just so amazing, because when you get to the end, like words can't describe how amazing this is. I definitely recommend that if anyone hasn't played this game or hasn't watched it, just watch it. I mean, like, even watching it, you feel like a sense of awe and like unknown about this game. It's just so amazing. Like I said, I never saw this coming, and I honestly say this is one of the best gaming experiences I've ever had, let alone in this year, let alone my gaming career. I think this is just such a fantastic experience that gamers need to experience, and I honestly cannot wait to see what else comes out of this company. It's just so amazing. I can't even put it into any more words how amazing this game was, and I definitely recommend give it a try, or just watch it, please. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to visit our website at www.aagcentral.com and look for us on iTunes at All Around Gamers. We live stream, podcast, YouTube, we do it all, man. So be sure to visit the website, aagcentral.com, where you will find links to all of our social media outlets and you can be part of our community. Thanks for watching guys, and have a great day.